Well, good morning, everybody. Gosh, we've got a lot of folks here in the chat already. I see Bernie is going to granddaughter's school to make a class quilt. That's awesome. I saw those at the Houston Festival last year. They were so cool. They had years of class quilts all on a display. It was very, very nice. Hey, everybody. Hi. Yeah, lots of my Texas girls are here. Well, hi, I'm Becky from Power Tools with Thread, and you are in our Stitchuation Room. This is a Monday through Friday virtual quilt retreat, 7 a.m. Central, and a stitching retreat if you want to be doing something by hand, or maybe you want to be embroidering or whatever. But you can tidy, you can cut, you can lounge around with a furry on your lap and just enjoy. So this is a fantastic way to start the day. We've got so many people in here, and it is so nice to see everyone. If you're brand new, please let us know. We've got a little welcoming committee, and there is a kitchen on the other side of the room where we have got goodies with lots of coffee and juice and water and whatever you might like. Please make yourself at home. That's just for fun. There's no other website to go to. Yeah, it's really good to see you guys. Your furry knows you want to do something. Yeah, Joan, I believe it. Awesome. Oh my goodness. We've got people here from Ohio and Illinois and Connecticut and of course, Texas and Arizona and all over the country. Just so great to see you guys. Thank y'all on the West Coast for getting up early and putting this on. So yesterday, I did my finish for the Kimberbell mini quilt for March, and didn't this turn out just too cute? Absolutely love this. It was adorable. Little drama while we did it. It was crazy. Oh, you've got a lot of snow in Wisconsin. So I hate to rub it in, but it's 54 right now, and we're going to have a high of around 75 today in South Texas. So it's going to be really, really nice. It will cool off the next 2 days down into the 50s. Then we're going to kind of maintain 50s and 60s, which is standard for February and March. But anyway, so this was just a lot of fun to do. Look at the sparkles. They've got Mylar in between those sparkles around the rainbow. And I used metallic thread. I used King Star gold metallic. And then the lucky, all of this was applique. And then check out my pot of gold. How cute. Didn't that turn out adorable? Just love it. Very, very pleased with how this turned out. But yeah, and then I'll show you guys in my back corners. I get my labels from Dutch Label Shop. Those are my mitered corners. Pretty happy. Can't complain. And then I do the triangle back, sew the triangle into the top. I just need to stitch this down. I'll be able to put it on. And I've got my little wire hanger. This was February's. So I asked yesterday, what do you guys do with your Valentine decorations after the 14th? Do you leave them out a couple of days? Do you take them down and put something else out? I'm not a decorator, never have been. So I've always kind of wondered what everybody does with that. Let me know in the chat or leave a comment below the video. I mean, it's cute enough to leave up, but it's definitely, that doesn't necessarily like Valentine's, but it's sweet. So like the heart, double the heart table runner, I'll pull that down. You leave them up for the whole month. Okay. You've never used metallic thread. Yes, Susan, do that. Do that. Yeah, the best one to use, in my opinion, is King Star. Oh, Franny, thank you so much for the super sticker. You are so thoughtful. That is very nice. Franny, pop me a super sticker, you guys. There is a $sign below the chat where you can show your appreciation for the content. Some people consider it an inexpensive class. So, yeah, we have a good time here, you guys. You never know what you're going to get on one of these days. Never do. So you leave them up for the rest of the month. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll leave them up for the month. Yeah. So I totally missed the Mardi Gras bandwagon this year. I mean, I just wasn't even, I don't know what I was thinking. I was in the car and somebody said, "Oh, it's Fat Tuesday." And I was like, "Wait, what?" I guess we were on the cruise and I totally missed it. But so, yeah, I'll put this up. And then I was looking this morning at the Fabric Confetti. Oh, what fun mug rugs. Uh-oh. Somebody's telling on me. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. I broke a needle yesterday, y'all. So anyway, this is the Oh What Fun mug rug for February from Fabric Confetti. And I'll be making the one for March, probably on the road trip when we leave next week for Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm going to be doing the All Brands Academy. I'll be teaching there. Okay, so here's what's left of my needle. So I like to use Sew Tight's magnets. No, I'm not talking to you. So I like to use Sew Tight's magnets. And oh, Donna Marie, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. That's very thoughtful of you. Thank you. Helps my fabric out. Thank you for yesterday's class. So she learned what to do and what not to do. I like to use the Sew Tight's magnets and all over them when I'm putting the backing on. So I'll lay the top and then you can put batting in between. My blocks already had batting in them. And then, you put it on the backing. And then instead of using pins, I use Sew Tight's magnets. Okay. And these are great. You don't put them where your seams are. Well, I used up all of my available little heavy duty ones. Yes, the class, you can see it, Jan. She says, "Are your classes on YouTube to view later?" Yes. It's not really a class. It's just watching me put it all together. It's the finish for the Kimberbell March mini quilt. It was yesterday around noon. I did that. And so, drama as always. Of course, the dogs started barking as soon as the Amazon person showed up. So Frida was doing her job. And then, so Rita, I don't have classes per se, but I do sew alongs. Okay. Or I'll do a stitch along of a project. And, even if you're not doing that project, if you watch it as I'm talking through what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, you pick up little nuggets of information. And then all of a sudden the big picture kind of comes together and you'll be working on something a while from now and you'll say, "Oh, I remember seeing that somewhere, how to do this." So not really a class, but anyway, so I grabbed a longer Sew Tight that I usually use on my long arm, and I was stitching in the ditch right along one of these seams, this long seam right here. And I moved the top of the long magnet and I thought the bottom of it moved along with it, and it did not. And I went stitching and my needle went bam and it hit and my machine froze up going and I was like, ah. But y'all, I left that in there because we all do that. Y'all can sit there and look at it and go, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe she did that." Here she was talking about safety nannies yesterday. But if you'll do it, and honestly, it doesn't matter whether it's a magnet or a pin. It can happen on a pin as well. So it happens. But the thing is when it happens, how do you handle that? Well, the first thing I did was I turned the machine off. Okay. And then raise the needle. And the tip of that needle, since the bottom of the magnet, I'll show you which one it was. It was one of these long ones. And so I moved this out of the way on the top of the quilt sandwich. This is what happened. I'll put this on here like this. This is what happened. And these work great. I had it like this. Okay. Maybe it was right here on this one. I had it like this. So I moved this out of the way, but the back did not move. And I just caught that with the needle. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that was exciting. I had that. And then I was using, to do the stitch in the ditch, I was using Superior's monopoly thread, or monopoly thread as I call it. And in this machine, this unthreaded constantly in this machine. It worked fine in the bobbin. So I finally gave up about halfway through the stitch in the ditch. I left the bobbin clear. So that turned out real nice. Okay. Turned out real nice. And then just put a very, very light green mint to stitch in the ditch on the top. And it's pretty good. It worked out. Just, you can see it right there. Okay. I don't care. After that drama, y'all, I didn't care. So yesterday was very exciting. But yeah, it's how do you handle that? Okay. Everybody's going to have it happen. I don't care who you are. If you're sewing, you're going to have it happen. So do I have a link for my labels? No, Rita, I don't. I get them from the Dutch label shop. I have 2 sets of labels that I bought from them. I've got the, what I call everyday labels. So that's what's on this. This is, it's a print. Okay. So that's a print, and they'll make anything you want. You can't find me in the afternoon? Well, Tina, it's there. Just look for, look on my lives. If you're looking on my main channel, there's a category. I'll show you how to find that. Let me do a screen share, and I'll show you how to find it. Let's see. Let me go to YouTube here and go to my channel. Let's see. View your channel. There we go. Okay, let me do a screen share with y'all. Where did the tip end up? I'm not sure, Julianne. But I know it didn't go in the machine because the base of the sew tight was covering the machine. It popped somewhere. That's one of those deals when you're very, very grateful you're wearing glasses, because you never know where that is going to. Yeah, the machine did not get upset. This machine's pretty hardy. Pretty much. Okay, so I'm going to share. This is my main channel page, you guys. Good morning, everybody. This is my main channel page. Okay. And here we are. This is today's where we are at right now. So let's see right here. Here's the finish. This is it. I'm showing how I was cutting with the orange pop rulers, how to center. And then, so that's in the beginning, but you can go right here to videos, and those are the pre-edited videos that I have. And then you can go to live. And if you click live, this is where you will get all of my lives, and you can search. So here's part 1 with a single needle. There's part 2 with the multi-needle. And then here is part 3, finishing it all together. So that's how you can find all of the lives that we have done. And I try to go back when we're finished and put a title to, here's the one where I was winding bobbins. So I try to put a title so that you guys can see what we talked about that day. And then sometimes I can also put in a summary in one of the top comments on there. So that's how that all works. Okay. I thought I saw a question earlier. I wanted to pop back and catch. Let's see. You missed how I added background quilting to using a Kimberbell fill. Can you, so Sharon wants to know if she can use the Cricut as a scan and cut. The Cricut will cut fabric, but it doesn't scan. So that's the difference. That's the big difference right there. And so look for how to break a needle. Thanks, El Faber. Appreciate that. Yeah. Carol, I did the exact same thing. Exact same thing. She tried it with a silhouette. She ended up buying a SCANNCUT. You guys, this is one of those things when you're going to be, yes, I will be on All Brands today. Y'all, I had the date wrong yesterday. I apologize for that. I put it in the Facebook group today I'm taking over All Brands at 3:30 Central, 15:30 for you military types. Yeah, I will be on All Brands today. Yeah. Oh, good, Carol. Good for you. She got her first cut yesterday on the SCANNCUT. But yeah, that's one of those things. The new coffee machine is great. Thank you, Deborah. It's time is money. Okay. And I make a lot of embroidery applique, whether it's for a quilt or it's for an embroidery project like the mini quilts that I've been making or whatever on Wander Lane, whatever it is. That's my favorite thing to do. I will do big projects like this where I don't have any applique in the quilt, but I love applique. It just is whimsical and it's traditional. And that is my favorite go-to, whimsy traditional. So because of that, it was worth the investment for a SCANNCUT. You know, you can keep your Cricut for labels. That's predominantly what that's for, or cutting out things to put on a mug where you hit the thumbs up button, whatever it is that you are working on. So what Pellon did I use instead of Tender Touch? Lori wants to know. Yes, All Brands is alive, Bernie. It sure is. Tender Touch. So Tender Touch is a sulky product. You can also use Pellon's 911F, which is, again, it's a Pellon product. It's a little less expensive. You can get it at Walmart. So have I made a large quilt with a ton of applique? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, my grandson's monster quilt. I did that. That was 25 monsters. Do I remember off the top of my head what I was talking about scanning and the whole pattern to use as a background? Yeah, I did. And I was looking for that this morning, Candace, and I couldn't find it because I had the image that I brought in and I had a USB fail. So I can't pull it up on that particular USB, which is where I saved it when I scanned it in. So you have to scan, you take the picture. She's talking about taking a picture of the final design for applique. You put it into your scanning mat and then scan it in and you save to USB, because if you can't save to cut data with that. Yeah, absolutely, Sophie's. You sure can. Yes, ma'am. Can you use the SCANNCUT for the Love Owls? Sure. And do the applique with Simply Applique. You certainly can. Yep. You can look back on my videos for Simply Applique. I've got those. They're not in the lives. They're in the pre-edited videos. And you can do that. Rita wants to see my labels. Okay. So I have those printed labels. Those are what I call, see you guys, I squirrel. I read y'all's comments. So these are my printed labels. You can tell you can't, there's nothing on the back. And I had them put a line just so I could put the year or anything else that I wanted to, but it makes it look straight on there so it's not all wonky. So these are my printed labels. I put these on little table toppers and whatever else I happen to be putting together that I would not consider heirloom. And then for something like this and any quilts that I gift for family. And oh, I want to talk about what Tina's talking about right here. I have woven labels. These are a little bit more expensive and they're a little larger. Okay. So these are woven. And you can tell they're woven because you can see on the back all of the threads. So they're very nice. They're nice fabric labels. They have a soft hand. And they also have the little line on the back. All right, so what Tina is talking about, the shape she blew up, what she is talking about. So she's made a quilt that requires plastic shapes to trace around to get the desired applique shape. She didn't purchase the plastic shapes. She got the sewing guide from the designer that was put out by the fabric distributor and downloaded that. And in that sewing guide is a picture of the shape with a final size of the shape. So she scanned in that page that had the shape picture on it and got that exact shape size, and then in Canvas blew it up to the correct size that the plastic shape would be, and then use that to cut her applique. And that's what she did. And she did all of it, and it turned out great. Yeah. Which will be better first, to purchase the clear blue tiles or the background quilting for a Kimberbell mini quilt project? So they're two different animals, completely two different animals. I use the clear blue tiles in other projects besides a Kimberbell mini quilt. Those, the designs that you would buy, the mini quilts are just for that mini quilt, okay? Or just for that series. It's like January through June. The Kimberbell clear blue tiles are for whatever else you would want to use. And then they have different sizes in that grouping for the mini quilts that will also work. So they have block by block, and then they have all over quilting. So it's two different animals. But oh, really? Really? You would have a lot of money if you watched my videos and learned before you bought half the things you bought when you started quilting. I should say the same. So you'd be benefiting from all of my mistakes, all the stuff I bought that I did not need. And, you know, I've kind of learned. Thank you, Tina. She's going to be posting pictures on Facebook. Yeah. I kind of learned along my way not to purchase rulers for specific quilts, because once that quilt is finished, you're done with it and you really can't use it anymore. I mean, unless you absolutely wanted, you know. Wouldn't the canvas design be pixelated? Jan wants to know. No, it is not, because the SCANNCUT creates a vector graphic, not a JPEG. So, yeah, it's when it creates a vector graphic, you can resize them with no trouble. So she scanned in the paper and saved it to cut data. When you save it to cut data, you're now creating a vector graphic, is what the machine is saving it as. That's what it's telling the machine to do. So the other day, I put in my scanning mat, and that's the one that's not sticky. It has a clear flap. And I tried to save to direct cut, and my machine popped up and said, you can't use this mat for a direct cut. So yay, save me from myself. It was just a test. I was just doing a test. I wanted to see. So that's really nice. Yeah. The fabric confetti sale is on now. I got that email, but y'all, I swear on my email it said in-store purchases only. I don't think it was for online purchases, because if it's for the downloads, I went to the store site to make sure, and I did not see the sale prices on their online sale. What needles do I use for embroidery in the Luminaire? What? No. Well, yeah. So Brother times their machines. Brother and Baby Lock time their machines. Teresa, you did what? I forgot what you said. They time their machines with organ needles. So I use organ 7511 EBBRs. That's what I use. They're in my Amazon store. Yeah. Oh, yes, the sale did end yesterday, Teresa. Oh, it did. Okay, I'm tracking. Um, the sale was for the 13th and 14th. It was a Valentine's Day sale, and that was it. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, you guys. So I'm sitting here kind of thinking about already what my brain is going to be doing for my next big quilt, because I've got this just needs borders and then it will be finished. And it's not interesting. I got you. Yeah. It's not interesting to watch me just sew straight borders. So I was going to, I need to come up with another project. I've got projects I'm going to be doing. Yes. Yeah. Knots by Dennis. Yes, you can rotate those shapes, make them fit. Yes. So I've got projects I'm going to be doing in the summer for fall when Hey Boo comes out. Yes, Kay, you certainly can. You can. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to be showing today on the All Brands Live, how to resize those designs to make what would be normally hand stitching into and embroidery files so that the machine does it for you. Okay. That's what, let me leave that. And I need this. Yeah. What happened to Candy Lane? I know I wasn't never making Candy Lane. That was somebody else. That wasn't me, I don't think. Oh, okay. The On Wander Lane books are they on sale in the notes below? Yes, I have got links in the description box below to the On Wander Lane books. And I am making the mini quilts for On Wander Lane. The big quilts they've got are very, very involved and advanced. And if you want to make those using what I call my snap-applique method, because you're making applique in a snap. If you want to make those, I highly suggest you need to play with the mini quilts first if you're just starting out. Okay, y'all. Because you'd have to sew your background fabrics together to get the landscape. And then you're going to use multiple hoopings to get all that done. I'll let you guys see what I'm doing. I'm just, what time? We're in Central Time, Barbara. Yeah, 3:30 Central. I haven't gotten the link from Barbara yet. I said that yesterday too. And yesterday I was going to email her, and then you guys started emailing me going, "Hey, it's tomorrow," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, I'm gonna trim that. So all you have to do when you do this triangle, whoops, y'all, I'm terrible at this, but all you have to do is just tack down the tip. And I can just use 3 little stitches. See, now I've got a loop and I've got ends sticking out. I'm terrible at this. This is why I don't hand sew. All right, that's it. I'm going to knot it off and call it good. I can deal with 3 stitches. My thread's not the same color. Doesn't matter. It's the back. I don't get all wrapped up about that stuff, you guys. If anybody points it out, they're not your friend. Okay. But y'all, it's so funny. I was walking around here literally 10 minutes before we're getting ready to go live. And I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? I don't have anything to talk about. See, I've got these little, get rid of that. At least so it looks a little nicer. because you guys have me so, you're keeping me on track, getting things done. And I love that. There, it's ready. So now I can put it on my little rack when it's ready for that. I hope today is a nice slow day. So don't forget, yeah, today at 3:30 Central, I'll be showing how to turn when a designer wants you to do hand stitching into embroidery stitching on the Brother Luminaire. You can do it in the Stellaire too. Or anytime I say Brother Luminaire, I also mean Baby Lock Solaris. Okay. You love chatting with me about anything or nothing? Where's that picture of that sheep? Because I set it over there, getting ready for today. Yeah, I set it over there. So the one I'm going to do, I'll show you guys. It's not the big pillow. It's actually this little mini quilt right here. But the one I'm going to do is that one. See how it says Lucky You? And the stem on the clover leaf. Okay. My dentist appointment went well, Tina. Thank you. So you're supposed to hand stitch that. Well, I'm not hand stitching that. My hand stitching is, pardon the expression, piss poor. So I'm not going to do that. So there's a way to scan in. If you have a machine with a scanner, okay, there's a way to scan that in. Or if like you have the Luminaire, you can take a picture of it with your app for that. And then send it over there to the design center on the, if you have the Stellaire, I'm sorry, you can take a picture with it on your app and send it over to the machine and then edit the stitches in the machine. So yeah, sorry, y'all. I was in the military. Sometimes phrases escape me. They just go, it's piss poor. Oh, y'all, my mother used to say that. She was a salty dog, my mom. Yeah, is. She's not was, is. She's still around. She's 82. She says that she's running so fast, old age can't catch up with her. Who do I think gives the best deals on fabric? Rita wants to know. Rita, whoever's got a sale on, generally, Sharon, there's a CD for On Wander Lane. Do you need the book for the pattern or does the CD work? If you have a CD, I didn't know there were CDs. You can do downloads from arttoheart.com. Good morning, Frito. In and out. Okay. She came looking for a snack. I know, Tina, you're going to need a multi-needle. Absolutely. So what I do is I sign up for those places that sell quilt fabric that I buy, right? And I will go, I just get their emails. And so every morning when I wake up, there's an email from various places that are selling fabric. And then you can get a sale, okay, when they decide to throw a sale. But generally, they're all around the same price. It just depends on how much you buy. Okay. Yeah. That's correct, Lisa Lilly. The SCANNCUT is for scanning and cutting. You don't have to have a Brother machine in order to use it to embroider. So, okay, Marlene, this is what I was talking about right here. What size hoop do you need to do the center of the quilt for On Wander Lane? That is going to be a multi-hooping project, okay? So you're going to sew your background fabrics together, the different colors to make the landscape. Then you might put a house on top of it. So in this case, see the house on there, right? That's going to be a multi-hooping. So what I would do in this case is I would sew, you've got to sew your sky pieces together. You've got two different colors on the sky, and then you've got your grass, okay? So that is your background fabric that you sew that together with your domestic, okay? So you create that yourself. Then what you want to do when you digitize this, then you're going to figure out the different hoopings that are going to fit in the hoop size that you have. And sometimes you, depending on your hoop size, like if all you have is a 6x10, you're going to struggle because you may have to, you would be able to put the house down by itself. So in this case, I would put the house, all of the house, roof, windows, all of that in one hooping. And then I would rehoop it and I would do the shamrock tree in another hooping. If you had a small, okay, because this finishes it, unfinished is 12.5 on this block. So you may or may not be able to get it all into one hooping. You might have to do two, and do multiple hoopings when you're putting together a single design is very advanced. But the trick to doing that is to get yourself some dime print and stick target paper. That is the best way. And just print that design out hooping by hooping. So I'll put it all together in Brilliance. I'll put the entire thing in Brilliance, giant on the screen. And then I'll grab just the house and put it into another tab and then print that. And then I'll grab just the shamrock plant and print that. So I've got the master design, and then I break that design apart into the hoopings that are going to stitch. And if you've got smaller, you know, I would, if you were going to do it in a 5x7, you would have to stitch the house down on your domestic first. So that's the thing. You've got to kind of plan in your head how you can get it done. But your embroidery software is going to tell you which piece to put, because down at the bottom of the screen, it's going to tell you when you highlight that, it'll tell you if it will fit in your hoop or not, just those parts and pieces. Pop them into another one and then pop them in, you know, and it can be done. I've done it before many times when I had a smaller hoop. I learned how to do that on a 5x7. It can be done, but you've got to have embroidery software in order to make it happen. So enthusiast will separate from multiple hoopings. Yes, it will. Can the house be sized down a bit in Brilliance? Yes, it can. But you don't, okay, hold on. If you're going to size anything down, you need to do it in Brother Canvas. Or if you're not playing online, you need to do it on the machine on the SCANNCUT. If you're going to resize anything, okay, you've got to do it in the vector software. You got to do it online, Brother Canvas, or you got to do it on the machine. Don't do it in the embroidery software, because your embroidery pieces, they won't fit your design. You got to be really careful about that. Yeah, Barbara, if you want to do background quilting, you can get the pattern. Yep. From Designs by Juju or Kimberbell, you sure can. You get it, Kay? Yeah. So when you get the print and stick design, yes, Candace, there's a link right below the video, or you can go onto my blog page, Support Power Tools with Thread Links. Let me show you guys that. We've got some folks here that are new. Okay, let me get my blog pulled up so that you can see that. And let me share my screen with y'all. Yes, I bet it is giving you major fits, Pam. It's all about sizing, you guys. And if you want to get the sizing, okay, let me pull this up. Share. So here's my blog. This is Power Tools with Thread. Okay. And if you're on a mobile device, it's in the 3 little black lines. But here is my menu, home. We have shop PTWT links. That's Power Tools with Thread links. Okay. And I'm going to click this. And when I go to this page, here are all of my links. I make a commission off of these, and this is how you guys can support me. And I have a lot of vendors who give me coupon codes for you guys. So you should check here if you want to get something from them. You can get, like if you want all about blanks, creative appliques, okay, here is my dime link to Designs and Machine Embroidery. You can go there and get that print and stick target paper, Candace. So a lot of them here, my Flexi Spot desk that I use under the luminaire. So I've got legit kits and Sweet Pea and Fat Quarter Shop and just all kinds of vendors support me to support you guys. Here's where you get your Yazzie bags, 10% off if you ever want to get one. So, and then I've got a link here to our store where you can get seam rippers and that type of thing. So that is the best place to start when you are looking to start doing something. I've also got links to my Amazon store on there. So yes, if an embroidery design is too large for your largest hoop, your embroidery machine will not show it. And that's so you can't damage the machine. So you have to break it down. Yes. Kathy, yes, that is the CADX. It has DX in it. That is the correct mat for your whatever model SCANNCUT. You have an SDX model, then you want that DX mat. I don't think he's carrying any mats for the old CM models. I don't think he is. Yeah, Judy. So Judy says she's working on a 26.5-inch group of chickens, and it's not easy, but it can be done. Right. So that's what I was talking about. Excuse me. If you've got that print and stick target paper, it makes it really easy to be able to print out just that part that's going to fit in your hoop. You need embroidery software. My blog, Linda, is at powertoolswiththread.com. That's the name of my channel. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. Becky and Power Tools with Thread. That is my channel, powertoolswiththread.com. Do I have my own quilt shop? I do not. No, I don't have a storefront. We have an online store where we sell my husband's seam rippers, and you can sometimes you can get merchandise from Power Tools with Thread. Hi, Katie. You're not late. The coffee's still warm. You're good. So yeah, you've got to print out just that piece, and it's got a crosshair in the center of the design. So that allows you to stick that sticky paper, that print and stick target paper anywhere you want. Okay. And now you've got your crosshair. And then what you can do, that gives you the idea when you go to hoop, now you want to take that print and stick target paper and put it as close to center as possible in the hoop. And then the design will stitch. You're probably going to be stitching over something that you already appliqued in a previous hooping. So no, you can't. I hate that. Can I change the color of the measurements line? The one I dragged to measuring in Brilliance. No, Harriet, I wish I could. I know I've looked at that myself. So I wanted to show you guys too, another way I use those measuring guides. I had brought up, in Brilliance, and I wanted to show y'all another thing you can do. Let me share my screen here. I don't have an additional discount code for Brilliance right now, you guys. As soon as one comes out, I will let y'all know. I'll do it in a blog post. I'll put it on Facebook, and I'll tell you guys in the morning. All right. So that is an FCM file. That is the whole design. Let me open. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to share that. Hold on a second. Let me share. If you enlarge in Canvas, how would you enlarge the placement photo to use in Brilliance? Kay, the handles on that photo just drag, and the picture will do its thing. Yeah. How do you cut inside outside? I've done videos on cutting inside outside. Okay, good. You got yours from Sewing Machines Plus. Good, Tina. I hope you use my link. I've got a link to them. Okay, if not, don't worry. Don't feel bad. It's fine. So let's see. Yeah, they've got them on Amazon too. I've got it in my Amazon store. All right. So let me see here. What was I going to show you guys? Oh, Canvas Workplace. And where is it? There it is. Okay. So I was on the phone with Embrilliance the other day and trying to get this straight. So this is the page that I scanned in for the little sheep. Okay. And it's mirrored. All right. So the first thing I do when I get this is I grab the pieces. I do not rotate them. I just grab the pieces that I want to keep. I'll drag this across to grab as many as I can and then move them. And the only one that didn't make it is the little tail. And I'll move that too. And then I'll just clean up the whole rest of the mat like this and hit delete on my keyboard. All right, now I can grab all of these and move them back. All right, and now that's good enough for now. I'm not going to rename this. I'm just going to hit download, and I want to download it to my computer. You can download it to the SCANNCUT and cut your pieces, but I'm going to download it to the computer, and it popped up in my downloads. Okay. So now I want to go to the Embrilliance. You're still learning what stitch length should be used when piecing for a quilt. Rita, I use 2.5 for quilting. Oh, they meant about, oh, I'm sorry. I'm Candyland. That was it. Yeah, that's right. I'm still working on that quilt. That's still in the works. I've got to get the blocks now laid out up here on the design board and figure out what's going to go where, because that determines who gets a side white border. Which one of those? Yeah, 2.5 works for me. Okay, so now when I go into Stitch Artist, let me see here. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. So this guy, that's the end result of the embroidery design, right? But I wanted to show you guys. So I didn't rotate any of these pieces. Now, I've been going back and forth with Embrilliance because I could not get these underlying blanket stitches where the body covers the legs, the top of the legs. I couldn't get rid of them, driving me absolutely crazy. Emailed them, sent them to BE file. They said, your vector graphics are just a bunch of lines. They're all broken. It was messy. And I was like, what? Because I just downloaded the scan. But I want to show you guys real quick how you can fix that. If you've got a design that you absolutely cannot get the background stitching to go away, what you do is you go into the Stitch Simulator. Okay. Let me click off this. And the Stitch Simulator is right up here in this top menu. And I'm going to click it. And then what you do is you drag the Stitch Simulator bar. So the first thing it does is the placement line for the legs, okay? And when it gets right here to the black, right there, it's going to start stitching the part that is underneath the body, and I don't want those to show. So another thing that I do with those measuring lines, I'll circle back to that now, is I'll grab a measuring line up here in the ruler bar and drag it down. And I want to cut it off right here. I want the blanket stitching to start just underneath the body and blanket stitch all the legs, and then stop blanket stitching right over here at this side. So how I do that is I run the simulator, and then it starts right here. And you can kind of use these arrows and do a single stitch. There's that first blanket stitch start. I'm going to back up. I'm going to hit stop. And when I hit stop, up comes the color menu. And I'm just going to give it a different color. Okay. So see, now all of the blanket stitching has changed to that different color. All right. So now I'm going to do this again. and I'm going to just barely get started, and I want to go right here, and I'm going to back up. See how I'm just over that line a little bit? I'm going to back it up to right there. I'm going to do another color stop, and I want it to be black, just like before. So I've changed that to black. All right. And now I'm going to do the same thing. Run it again. I'm going to let it be black. And then when it gets right here, I'm going to take my little thing and get just underneath the sheep body right there. Hit stop. And I'm going to do another color shade change. Whoop. I didn't do that right. Hold on. Right there. I'm going to hit stop. Yeah. Did it change it? Oh, it did change it. It did change it. You just couldn't see it. Okay. I'm sorry. So this right here is that dark chocolate, and there's that other color. And then what you do, tell it okay. What you do is you come over here in the objects panel and you select those that are not black, and you hit delete on your keyboard. There we go. And I'm going to highlight this one and hit delete. There we go. So now I'm still going to have a little bit of these under here, but for the most part, and I could go through and undo those if I wanted to. That's how you do that. So there's videos online about how to change thread, remove unwanted stitches in that. No, Connie, that is a function in the ability to change stitches like that is a function in Essentials. It will work. I think Stitch Artist does have that ability, but if you only have Essentials, you can do it. It is very cool. Yeah. More than one way to skin a cat. Don't get upset, cat people. I love cats. Do I have a video to solve why your Luminaire won't get files via Wi-Fi? No, I don't. No, I don't have trouble. Oh, are you using the Brother Design Database transfer, or are you using Embrilliance? So, yeah. Yeah, Connie's happy. Yay, I can do that. So anyway, yeah, so that's an easy way to get rid of stitches that you don't want. Now, what I did in mine, because of just those three. So what I did in mine, I'll show you guys, because I've got Embrilliance Enthusiast, and you can remove unwanted stitches. It has a stitch editor in it. Let me go back and I'll show you what I did, because it's cumbersome to go in and do all of that. So because I have because I have Embrilliance Enthusiast, now I can click on this little pointer here that points to a stitch, and it says use this tool to edit stitches. And when I click on that, now all of the stitch points have become very large, and you can see the stitch points. See them? And what I can do in here is just click that and hit delete on the keyboard and make those go away. That's much quicker. And that's the beauty of Enthusiast if you've got it. So you can get rid of those. Many different ways to do this, okay? And that way, that's how you remove those stitches under there. It's pretty cool. I like it very much. Yeah. After watching. Yeah. So you've been checking this out. There's not a coupon code. I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying. Well, I don't have any sway with Embrilliance. That's their thing, you know. But if they put one out, I'm surprised they didn't put one out for Valentine's Day. I'm surprised. Okay. Why did I remove the hidden stitches button not work? Tina, because they're not hidden stitches. They are overlapped. Come to find out. Check this out. Here's why. I discovered this the other day. You guys are so smart. Somebody sent me a video, and I watched Lisa Shaw, and she explained it. The remove hidden stitches button only works on pre-digitized designs, things that you buy from the internet and download. When you're doing this process, my Snapplique, you're creating the stitches using Stitch Artist. So they assume you have full control over those stitches. That's why. The Hidden Stitches button only works in pre-digitized designs. Okay, does that make sense? I don't know. I'm hoping for another coupon, and when it happens, I will tell you guys. You can't transfer files from Embrilliance to your Stellaire anymore, Allison. Huh. If I was you, I would uninstall Embrilliance, restart your machine, reinstall Embrilliance, restart your computer, reinstall Embrilliance, give it a try. If it doesn't work, reboot the computer again. And that helps. Okay. See if you can do that. Awesome. Awesome. Look at this. Wendy used Enthusiast to add closing stitches on digital applique that have one giant placement stitch with open areas. Very good. Awesome. Good for you. That's amazing. They probably don't need to give a discount because they're selling it like crazy thanks to me. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, if you guys ever want to buy Embrilliance, please use my link. That helps me more than you know. It's wonderful. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, our hour is almost up. Don't forget today, 3:30, the All Brands YouTube channel, not mine. All Brands YouTube channel. Check it out. And it's not All Brands After Hours. It's the one that looks like it has a little blue globe and it says All Brands on it with stitching. That's the same thing I just mentioned right here. She says, oh, you know what? Now, I will tell you guys. Okay, she can't get it to send to her to your Solaris. Yeah, I would go ahead and I would uninstall Embrilliance and then reinstall it. Reboot your computer. Something got broken. That happens, you guys, especially with networking. It's a networking issue. It's not an issue with Embrilliance, and it's not an issue with your Stellaire. Things break in networking, and that's exactly what happened, okay? Because you should be able to uninstall the software, reinstall the software, but you want to reboot the computer in between, and then when you do that, whatever was broken will get fixed, okay? Those links, that it's not a link, it's a network connection that is broken. Okay. Marianne, the platform is called Embrilliance, and then it has several different modules inside of it. And somebody said it the other day, I apologize, I can't remember who. They said Embrilliance is the box. And inside the box, you have Essentials, Enthusiast, and Stitch Artist, and all other different modules of Embrilliance. So thank you. I love my t-shirt too. It says life is good. Y'all, this thing is so old. They don't make it anymore. I bought it 5, 6, 7 years ago off of Facebook. And so I'm sorry, I don't have a link for it. So yeah, somebody put that and it went away. It said limited time and I bought it and that was it. So, well, our hour is up. Thank you guys so much for giving me something to talk about. We can chat. Oh, I can chat all day about Embrilliance. I love it. But okay. All right, you guys. So again, 3:30 today on the All Brands YouTube channel. And then after that, I will see you again tomorrow morning here in our Stitchuation Room for Friday. So it is great to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We had almost 700 this morning. It's fantastic. Love spending time with you. I will talk to you guys later. Go sew something. Bye.